Today I'm doing a Chatty Get Ready With Me featuring all my stay-at-home favorites. That's coming up next. Welcome back, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Well, everyone's staying at home, so I'm hauling out my stay-at-home makeup favorites and doing a Chatty Get Ready With Me. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I shopped my stash and pulled out all my makeup favorites that I've been using to go to the grocery store, the exciting place these days, and I'll be putting together this look for you. I've got some winners, some losers, and a few that are gonna get cut from the lineup. All products from today's video will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so they'll be very easy for you to find. So let's hop into it. My face is all prepped with my serums, moisturizers, and of course my sunscreen. Today on my lips, I'm going to use the Nivea Lip Care Lip Cream in Blackberry. Have you guys tried this yet? This is just the bomb. And I love hydrating my lips while I do my makeup, because when I go to put my lipstick on, my lips just look so much better and take the lipstick so much better. Isn't that just the prettiest lip balm color? This is my new favorite go to the grocery store lipstick. For eye primer today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eye Primer. This is just a nice little eye primer. I don't think it does anything super special, but I certainly enjoy it when I have an easy look that I'm putting together. Put a little bit on my finger, and that's probably a little bit too much. Tap it between the two, and then I just tap that over my lids. For face primer, I'm going to use my current favorite, and this is all my favorites today for an easy stay-at-home look, maybe a trip to the grocery store or the post office, something like that. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. I love this stuff. When this is empty, and you can see I've got about a quarter of the way to go, I'm going to get this same primer only in the pink version, which I think is the pore filling one. So I'll keep you guys posted on how much I like that one as well. Just put one squirt on the back of my hand, and then I pretty much focus my primer right in the middle of my face. I really don't have too many enlarged pores, but if I'm going to get greasy at all, it's going to be right down the center of my face. My skin really doesn't get oily these days, particularly since I've really upped my skincare game. It really has changed the nature of my skin for the better, I'm sure. I always like to make sure that I get full coverage for my primer underneath my eyes where I want my concealer to stay for the day. So who else is missing their hairdresser? I know I am, my goodness. My hair's getting too long, my roots are growing out, the whole thing's a mess. I cannot wait to be able to sit in a beauty salon chair again and have someone else do my hair. For my brows today, I'm going to be using the Thrive Brow Pencil. This is in a color brown, and I'm not sure what exactly the name of the color is. I'll link it down below, but I'm really enjoying it. This is one of those tiny, tiny little pencils, so it does really a great job of putting some hair-like strokes in my eyebrows. To set my brows down, I'm going to use this little bitty brow setting gel that's colored as well. It has the tiniest little brush on it. Isn't that just cute? And I'm just going to gently brush that through my brows, and that's going to help to color them and also to set those brows in place for the day. For eyes, I'm going to be using the Enduring Love palette from Sydney Grace Cosmetics. Have you guys seen this? I did a video on this palette, and I just really am in love with it, particularly for my aging, wrinkly eyelids. And for today, I'm going to be doing a really simple look with this palette that I just love. So you guys will be able to follow along how I put this super simple daytime stay-at-home look together. I'm going to start with Victoria right here. That's going to go over both lids almost all the way up to the eyebrow. I'm going to take a big brush from Real Techniques, tap it into that shadow, and just start tapping that over both eyelids. What I loved so much in the review I did of this palette is how the eyeshadows go on my more mature lids. It's almost like a watercolor wash. It's just so light and sheer, and these shadows don't make my eyes look crinkly and wrinklier than they already look. It's just a really, really light formula, and the colors are very, very sophisticated. This palette has quickly become really one of my favorites. So I have that color sheared out over both lids, and you can see it's just a very, very soft neutral and has a real delicate, sophisticated look, which I'm loving lately. Now I'm going to take a crease brush and tap it into this color Darcy right here and just get a very, very little bit on my brush. I don't want very much. tap it off, and then that's going to just go in the crease. A little bit of very, very light coverage just to deepen that crease down a little bit. Now I'm going to take a big fluffy blending brush and just blend those colors together so they're very, very smooth edges. To highlight my brow bone, I'm just going to take a little flat brush, dip it into this medium tone in my Tarte palette, and just run that underneath my eyebrows really lightly. And that's it for the eyeshadow look. It's so, so easy. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Thrive Cosmetics Buildable Blur CC Cream. I love this stuff. It's actually in the top 3 of my foundations now, which was so surprising to me. My 3 favorites are, of course, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion, the Misha BB Cream, and then this CC Cream. Those are my top 3. I love this one so much because it doesn't look like anything on my skin. It's just amazing. Once it goes on, I can't even tell that I have anything on my skin other than the fact that a lot of my discoloration and age spots are covered up. This stuff I'm really loving. I start with just about a pump and a half on the back of my hand, and then I'll dot that over my face, and then the first step I do is to take a foundation brush and smooth it around my face. When I first tried this, I thought that it was going to be way too yellow, but once it gets blended in, it just works beautifully. So if you think you're near my skin color, this is a good color, and I believe it's the color Fair. I'll list it and link it down below. So you guys, a weird thing has happened to me. I don't know if it's because we're all staying home or what. I've fallen in love with skincare, and not just using skincare, researching skincare. For some reason, the whole subject just fascinates me when I spent a lifetime ignoring my skin, which I think is so friggin' funny. I used to eye roll at people who told me to wear sunscreen. Truly, I was just obnoxious. But I've fallen in love with the whole concept of skincare, and I've been spending hours every week researching different ingredients and different products and this and that. It's really fascinating me. So if there's anything you want to know about skincare for us over 50 gals, put it in the comments down below so I can go research it and talk about it. I just did a video yesterday on what my favorite tips are for getting skin in shape when you're over 50, you know, when you're my age, and I'm thinking you're probably my age if you're watching this video. I spent about a day and a half researching that. It was so fascinating to me. I just love the concept that we actually really can do a lot to impact our skin. You know, when I started on this journey, I wasn't sure if I was just wasting my time. I was 62, my skin looked horrible, and I just didn't know if all this effort would end up really being worth it. So it's been a fun journey, and I've just fallen in love with the whole concept of skincare. I always like to tap my foundation in with a sponge. It just gives the most beautiful finish to my skin. Every time I use this foundation, I'm so amazed when I look in the mirror because I can't even tell there's anything on my face. For concealer, I'm going to be using this Hey Honey concealer. I think I got this in one of my boxes, and I used it in another Get Ready With Me, and I'm still trying to find out if I love it. So that's what we're doing today. I just put a little bit on my finger, tap it in between both those fingers, and then just tap it underneath my eyes. This concealer goes on like skincare. It's so creamy and luxurious and feels so hydrating. I think that's what I love the most about it, is how it feels when it goes on. Then I take the pointy end of my little sponge and just smooth that out. To set my under eyes today, I'm going to bring out an old favorite. This is the e.l.f. HD powder in the compact, and you guys are going to see how much I've used this. Look at this sad little thing. It's almost empty. So I take an angled brush from e.l.f. as well. Just swirl it around, get a little bit on my brush, and then very, very lightly tap underneath my eyes to set down that concealer. For contour and blush today, I'm going to be using one of the e.l.f. face palettes. I love this thing. I got it at Marshall's, I think, for $3 or $4. It was such a great buy. So are you making a list of all the things you're going to do when we can go out of the house again? Who would have thought that a trip to Target would sound so exciting, right? I just place my contour all around my face, and then I go back and blend it in with a big fluffy brush when I'm done placing it everywhere. So I have that contour or bronzer, whatever you want to call it, I call it contour, placed all around my face. Then I just take a big fluffy brush and just blend it out until it looks really smooth. For blush, I'm just going to take my blush brush and tap it in between these two and just put a very, very light wash on my cheeks. Then blend that in with that same fluffy brush. For a very casual look, I'm really loving this highlighter in this palette because it's so subtle. It gives a little bit of highlight, but not too much. So it looks great just for an everyday look. Can you guys see that? It just is a real subtle highlight, and it has such an unusual color. It's not champagne-y or pinky. It's more of a muted, almost purpley tone, which I know sounds weird, but that's what it looks like in the pan. And I always like to put just a little bit on the front of my cheeks. To finish off the complexion, I'm going to use my Prep Set and Glow from Milani, and you can see how much I've loved this. This is truly one of my favorite makeup products. I just take another big fluffy brush, swirl it around in here, and then just very lightly dust that over my face. I'm going to hop off now and do my tight lining and my mascara, and I'll be right back. To tight line, I used the Thrive waterproof eyeliner pencil. Like this a lot. I'm using the color brown today. And for my mascara, I'm using the Essence in the Green Tube. This is their False Lash Effect formula. I forgot how fun these are. The lashes get so big and so volumized so quickly. If you're looking for a very affordable mascara, these are like $5. They're so inexpensive. It'll be all linked down below. For lips, I'm going to use a combination of the NYX Nude Suede Shoes and Warm Me Up from Maybelline. This is just one of my favorite everyday looks. Isn't that just a pretty casual combination? Here we have the finished look. I really enjoyed almost all the products I used today. My particular standouts are the Enduring Love palette from Sydney Grace and this Buildable Blur CC Cream from Thrive Cosmetics. I'm enjoying both of these so very much. Unfortunately, this Hey Honey concealer is just going to get cut from the lineup. I have used it a few times now and really tried to get it work. It looks so beautiful and feels so good when it goes on, but what happens over time for me on my skin is it gets really cakey and it really creases. I've tapped it out probably 5 times in the amount of time that I've done my makeup and my hair, and it still creases. So unfortunately, as much as I love the way this feels when it goes on, it's just a hard pass for me. Thank you so much for joining me for this Chatty Get Ready with me. I hope I didn't talk your ear off. Make sure you comment down below and let me know what you're doing to keep yourself occupied these days. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the Over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me, and especially lately, because not only is this maybe a nice distraction for you to watch, it's a nice distraction for me to film. So thank you for stopping by and watching my videos. You guys give me a great reason to get up in the morning. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the Over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.